All right. Well, hey, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning back in and watching another one. Here's, I believe this is day 3 at the Salton Sea, taking off from the same campsite. This time when I get up in the air, I'm going to head south instead of north. Instead of to where everybody's kind of hanging out and flying, I'm going to go the opposite way where it thins out a little bit. Not quite as many people. And I'm going to work a little low and slow stuff, do a little proximity flying, and work on the throttle control and the brakes and all that kind of good stuff. So you'll see me here. I go out to turn south and head out where it's just not quite as congested. Still a beautiful, just beautiful morning to go out and fly. The wind was really, really nice. And you'll see as we get, one interesting thing is as we get further down, you'll see here the sand, quote unquote sand, still looks kind of white. And as we get further down, it really changes color and gets a little nastier down here. So there's not as many places to land on the south side. And you'll see that coming up here. And like we had talked about in the last video, I do have some pictures I'll be putting up here in a second. I told you guys that I would let you see what the sand looks like up close, because it's not really sand. It's really fish bones, bird bones, and when you land, you'll you hop out of your foot launch or your quad and you break through this upper crust and sink in a few inches into what looks like compost or fertilizer. So, and you see all the bones. But here we are flying out. There's a guy right down there to the side having a good time. You can see someone else out over the water. And there we go. You can see there also the sand is changing colors, or the ground, we'll say. And here heading back towards the north, you see there's a squadron of trikes and quads coming at me. And it looks like, yeah, I think it looks like everybody's flying the core wing, the same wing that I'm flying. I'm not sure who all those guys are. Looks like they're heading back the other direction. Beautiful morning. There you go. See the birds flying below me there? I don't know why I get such a kick out of seeing birds fly underneath me. And maybe it's because we're always looking up to see birds, and whenever you're flying, you're looking down and you see them flying underneath you. But that's just, if I have a shot of that, I usually try to always throw that in. You'll see it on my, I think, the Beautiful Texas Morning, and another one where I've got the birds flying below. I've just always really liked seeing that. That's just really cool to me. I don't know why, but it is. Here you'll see what I was talking about, the ground, that color. And I'll tell you something, the color does denote smell as well. It gets a little stinky down at this area, so not a place you probably want to jump out and run around too much. So what I'll do here is I'm going to turn around here in a second, and we'll head back the other direction, and I'll take you over to where the sand looks, or the ground looks really white and clean and real nice, and we'll get down and look at some pictures of that. But before I do that, let me show you some pictures of some of the machinery, things that we found, some of the buildings and stuff, and I got out and took some pictures. I thought it was really cool, but everything out here, any kind of machinery, it seems to rust just so fast, everything. And as you go around this place, there's an old military base, there's a lot of houses that are empty, but there's also a lot of heavy equipment, heavy machinery that's out there that looks like something out of a movie, just the way it is. So let me show you that real quick. This was a big, it looked kind of like a crane that I ran into. So let me show you this. I thought this looked really cool. This was on the opposite side of Salton Sea. This was all the way across. But let me show this to you. All right, so this was on the opposite shore, all the way on the other side of Salton Sea. And this old machinery, there were things like this scattered all over the beach as you went around. Just some really cool stuff. I think it looks more like something out of a movie or art than it looks like trash. And then the houses and things that you would see, a bunch of empty houses, lots of graffiti. All right, well, let's get back to doing a little bit of flying here. So at this point, I turned around, headed back up to towards the north side, towards the LZ, and the ground looks a lot prettier and cleaner. Sorry for the jiggling, that's the front camera. But so this is a place where you might want to stop and get out and check it out. But I've got some pictures for you, so I did a little landing here in a little bit. I took some pictures, and let's look at those. Well, all right, there it is. Look close. Not much sand in that. Pretty much all bones. And birds and fish and everything else. It looks like kind of like a horror movie. Yeah. All right, let's get back over to the campsite. All right, here we are, landing for the day. Gonna go back out and do a little work over at the main trailer. Well, hey, the next video that I put out, it's gonna have my last flight, my evening flight, but it's also gonna show some footage of the flying poodle. So don't miss that. Please tune back in and watch it. Thank you guys so much for watching. For those of you subscribing and giving thumbs up, I really appreciate it. I hope to get to meet you guys real soon at a fly-in, or who knows, I may just be in your neck of the woods and stop by. So you guys learn to fly, be safe, and big love, y'all.